And we're live. Hello, everybody, to the first ever session of In Between Places. I am. Oh, just making sure. All right, I'm here, DenMotherPlays, in Twitch, Twitter, and everywhere else, and I am here with my players, and I am honored to introduce the OnyxPath's latest system of Curseborne, which is gonna have its Kickstarter kick off, I believe, in 5 hours if we're going for US time. Yeah, it is today. The official Kickstarter is going live, and I am actually running the campaign to introduce you guys and get you guys a little glimpse of what is Curseborne, what is the system, what is Onyx up to, and we'll be getting that story in real quick, and as well, I just want to give a little brief to people that there is a link I have posted for you guys to get notified when the Kickstarter goes live today. And beyond the Kickstarter kickoff, there will be a review of the system after you guys get a little viewage of what it entails. Right now, it's just the actual play, how the system um, gets into lovely storylines, and it actually follows Story Path Ultra, which you guys can also support as well for OnyxPath. So, a little bit of a brief, what is Curseborne? So, as mentioned in a lot of the materials and the marketing, the marketing material, the lovely brochures that have been out there, Curseborne is the reason that bad things can happen to good people, and the being, um, you know, you kind of become this monster, is a cursed being, and it is this way to experience a brand new urban horror in this timeline
Mhm.
because a lot of the systems in this time have been created in a much older time. Now it's bringing up a more fresh take to the horror. If you ever want to everything you need to run or play an urban horror role playing game. If you want more of an investigative route, more action packed scene, a bit more of like the influence, the relationships, the drama, the betrayal that comes with being accursed, this is definitely the system for you. So it is set in a modern world with contemporary problems and ancient horrors. So joining us today is, of course, the lovely players I have. Just letting you guys know, this there are actually three. It just so happens that one of the players is still flying in around in real time. So they will be here in the next session, in the second session. They will be joining these lovely two individuals, and also just a little bit to hypen up this session, we're actually featuring a lineage that, hasn't actually been out in Ashcan or any of the released material. It's only been poked a little bit in the blogs. You probably have read about it, like, oh, what's this sorcerer? Why isn't it in an Ashcan? Well, these people will get to play the lovely different kinds of lineages you can see on the screen. We have, of course, the Unburdened and the Premiere. So I'll give the floor real quick to these players, who they are, what it is they do, how long they've been doing TTRPGs or maybe World of Darkness games, and who are they playing today. So let's start with, of course, the one with the bisexual lighting. Let's go.
I'll
Yeah.
go. I'll go. Yeah, of course, the bisexual lighting has to be on. And I get the feeling, Toby, that we shouldn't be so happy being cursed, but we are, aren't we?
Well, it's hard not to be happy when you have a chance to try something before others do.
True,
Yeah.
I'm so excited for it. But so I'm Lance. Hi, everybody. I've been playing tabletop role playing games since 2016. My favorite are horror games. That's why you'll see me floating around in October in different screens. And I'm part of the Greasy Snitches. We run tabletop role playing game events in the Philippines, and that's what I do. Toby, on to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So I'm Toby. I've been running games earlier than 2016. I'm afraid to give the actual year on when I started, but let's just say it has been quite some time ago. And yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't blur my background, so you see a bunch of my board games there in the back. But been running games for quite some time. We actually have also a few other ongoing live stream games, and I'm very excited to see where Curseborne will bring us. As it does have, echoes of something familiar, but at the same time, it feels very fresh and new and
Yeah.
modern.
Yeah. All right. So getting
That is
into the
true.
thick of it, a short introduction to myself. Then Mother Plays. I do a lot of TTRPG actual plays over at my channel. Mostly, I cover a lot of World of Darkness games, Dark Ages. I've done Requiem, which is actually one of the authors for Curseborne. I didn't know. I was so shocked to find out that the creator of one of the creators for Vampire the Requiem, the one who brought it to being, is actually part of this project. So really awesome for that. And Mage the Ascension, I'm playing Wraith the Oblivion with a lovely storyteller over there down below and over at my channel as well. And I've actually done a series, not a series, a one shot over at OnyxPath for Tago-Tagoan, which is a Mage the Ascension Manila story about 2 years ago, which was very awesome. Thankful for that. And now we are now doing Curseborne. So you guys are playing sorcerers. So if you can give a little brief on like your character and the lineage and the vibe, the general character concept that your characters have. Just a short summary before we get into the world building of things.
Okay, so
I
I'm
guess,
playing.
yeah,
Oh, go
go, go,
ahead.
go.
Oh, no, okay, fine. I'm playing the Unburdened. My character's name is Andy Church. My nickname is Church, and I run a website because I am a Y2K conspiracy theories. Everything is an inside job. The deep state controls us all. That sort of conspiracy theorist. My website name is the Church Collective, where we collect these ideas and we find the truth because it is out there somewhere.
Awesome. Yes, the
Uh,
websites are alive and well in
yeah.
that era.
So exactly. So instead of phone cameras, I've got the Sony that you take photos with, or maybe even the webcam.
Yeah.
Super excited to play this character.
And
What else did we need to know about my
okay,
character?
just a little insight that it is Y2K. So it is, we're gonna be setting this up in 1999. So that's gonna just a little insight on what the setting's gonna be like. All right,
Mm.
and going down to
Hmm.
Tobie, who are you playing as? What type of sorcerer? What flavor of sorcerer are you playing? And what's their name?
So I'm playing something called the Premiere. My character's name is Zed, and not his given name, but his chosen name because he feels he's like at the end of everything.
Wow.
He's a factory worker who wishes he's had a better life. He's pretty much gone through a little bit of everything. Everyone hates him because he believes he knows better and he thinks he's doing what's necessary for things to keep going, for people to have a better life. Well, by people he means himself. He just wishes to finally get that big break, whether it's something by chance like winning at a lottery, or finding some immense source of advantage or power which no one else has been able to tap into. um, he'd like to think he has friends, but deep down I think people just think that he's useful.
Oh,
So he has a leader complex without really realizing that he's more easily manipulated than he realizes.
all right. Thank you for that, for the little blurb. So, this is like a mix of, I guess it's like more of like an unofficial session 0 slash session 1, as our the actual story revolves around the influence of the network, and of course our player. I mean, I guess it's perfect timing because his character, John's character, is an heir to like a local tycoon. And him being a mystery is actually a good thing to play into, as This story leans on mystery and influence as its types of play. So, the who is it? Who is he? And how is he connected to you guys? And how it all goes, how are you all connected? Is something we're going to establish today. So, first things first, this is set, as I mentioned, in 1999. Would you be open to putting it on a holiday? Like, probably closer to 2000s? Or do you guys want to put it a bit further back? Like, what date do you want to put this in? Like, close to the cusp of, heading to the year 2000? Or maybe a holiday, perhaps? But it'll be the year 1999. Where do you guys want to exactly start as a day?
I wouldn't be against setting the game nearing the turning of the year. I'm assuming, of course, we can like have lots of flashbacks and
Yes.
moments where we,
Yeah.
back while it was summer and this
Yeah.
and that. But
Yes.
The main
core, yes.
the main plot can like, I wouldn't be against if it was like in a few hours New Year happens.
Yes. So
So we're at that.
you're at the cusp of it. Yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot of flashbacks. So a heads up to people that are in the audience right now. You might be confused because there's going to be a lot of time jumps. There's going to be a lot of looking back because time's going to be a bit wibbly wobbly in this area. But yes, probably hours before the new year, and we can place it on the location for now that especially since you're the factory worker, there's no holiday breaks. You gotta keep working kind of scenario. So, you'll be spending New Year's Eve in, we'll just say John's meat factory for now until he gives his official name. We'll just go for a John Doe character stand-in, because the name is also secret for the audience and for us as well. Okay, so can I ask, what name would you like to give this small town? This is somewhat like a fictional Midwestern America. We're kind of giving a modern mythic kind of vibe in this area. So what's the name of the town, so that way we can always reference it when we get back to it. It could be a random name.
Well,
this would be the town name officially.
I always defer to Lanz for names.
Why would you do that?
Because it's a live stream and you're the one who's prepared with like all these possible awesome names.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks to the many games you play.
All I have are Halloween named towns. Okay, so we can go with something like okay, sorry. Before we name the town, we're looking at a small Midwest town, right?
Yes.
Sort of vibe.
Yeah, kind of like a backwater town, like where it's a small populace, and their source of income, it's a kind of rural spot where everybody knows anyone. It's a small place, and their main source of income is always that big factory or that big place. Very rural America vibe.
Okay. What about Bleakwater Cove or Black Hollow Ridge? I'm so bad at this.
No, it's okay.
That actually sounds nice. I like Black Hollow Ridge.
Yeah, Black Hollow Ridge. Okay, we've cemented that. And Bleak is too ominous, I feel like. Bleak. Situation bleak now. So we go for Black.
Too bleak?
It's too bleak. But it's Curseborne. It's it's hard. It's spooky time. It's October 1st. We gotta set the tone right. So the official name is Black
Hollow Ridge.
Okay, so the town of Black Hollow Ridge. Population less than 1,000. It is the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely
Tiny town.
yeah, very very tiny town. Except you from a distance you can definitely see the huge factory with the livestock, like the process like it takes the majority of the town. It's like there's like going to be a small location where the town is where there would be the shops, the small stores, and then from the distance it's just this over the probably rocky ridges and a bit of forest is like this huge looming factory. The family last name, I will have to come up with it and just give it to. Um, I'll just give it to John. So that the meat factory has a name. It's the Calders. So Calders factory. Yeah,
Callers.
yeah. The Calders is running that factory. It is a family-owned business for generations. They get people to deal with livestock, do the slaughtering and the processing and everything, and getting it out there. So it's a huge, very imposing factory from a distance. They keep it away because, though, even if it stays a bit farther away, the stench or the smell of like for a place that's been constantly having a lot of
Mm.
meat processes, the smell lingers. That's the thing that lets you know, oh, you're close to town. I can smell it a mile away, kind of vibe. So that lingers. Other things that we can establish as well is, which I actually kept vague because I wanted the players to give that little input. I mentioned that the Unburdened is kind of friends, like you're connected to the premiere or like um Tobie's character.
I'm friends with everyone.
Yeah. Woo. So I guess in a way, just to paint a picture as well, your character, how does the town perceive you in general? Like, is it a positive reception, a neutral one, hostile? Um, what's their like general like the vibe when they see you?
Well, all right. The Unburdened runs a website. The website is quite popular. I'm actually earning from this website. So it's well known around the town that the Unburdened is one of those people who stays a lot in her basement and is chronically online even before Facebook, even before all the social media posts. I am the OG chronically online person.
Yeah, needing, but you do touch the grass because you do get to go out and take footage and whatnot.
I do go out. I meet a lot of people, so she would be the town weirdo if she wasn't so congenial to people.
Oh, okay. So generally it's a positive
Mhm.
reception. They're not like you're weird but you're somewhat loved or like, oh, okay, we'll just let her be her weird thing doing her weird stuff kind of.
Yeah, she's amusing, especially at town fairs.
Oh, okay. Alright, so I would say that the response is just generally leave her be. Like, as long as she's not hurting anyone, she's not affecting any of the. I mean, I guess with the money you're making, you're also oddly attracting, like, the people who are into cryptids.
She's also not afraid to speak the truth, which endears her to people. She's not afraid to ask the questions. Like, why are there lizard-looking people in the meat factory?
Oh. And there's like, she's probably high. Okay. I wanna establish as well, is, because it is a small town, are drugs a thing here in this town? Do you guys want it to be like something in the background that it does happen, or it's too small of a populace that this wouldn't be the go-to substance?
I think in any struggling town, vices then rise in popularity as escapes. Um, Maybe some go for drugs, maybe some go for alcohol, maybe others find themselves embracing more dangerous or risk-taking things to keep their mind off their troubles. Maybe some of the younger guys do drag racing. Maybe some of the older guys are, um, I don't know, they go UFO hunting or something in the middle of the night, and you never know what weird stuff happens once the sun sets, and um,
Yeah.
so I think drugs wouldn't be a main problem, but it's still there. It's just with all the other things people do, it might not be the priority of people to deal with.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, one more thing to ask, Andy Church or Church. What is the name of your boyfriend, which is the established PETA activist in town?
Good lord.
What are we naming him?
I don't end. His name is Reeves.
Reeves.
Yeah.
Ooh, Reeves. Okay.
He does a lot of public protests. Oh god. You know his idea of a fun trip is to go to New York and throw paint at people.
Which type of people are we talking about?
The people in fur coats, of course.
Oh my god. Okay. Alright, so he's the type to go to like Met Gala and make a statement, literally, with paint and stuff. Okay.
He's very passionate about this vegetarian thing, so I haven't had a burger in at least 2 years.
Oh, how are you surviving in this time?
I miss my meat.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I want to ask though, what is the biggest thing that he's done so far that at this point you weren't okay with? This was like that, okay, I'm not okay with your protesting. This is the last straw kind of thing.
Well, he hijacked a couple of my videos and insisted I post it. Look, him and me, we have different platforms. He likes to throw paint and yell at the media. I like to go online and talk about things. But now he wants to use my platform so he can reach more people about the evils of meat, blah, blah, blah. It's really annoying. It's my platform I built, not his.
Okay, so that could be kind of a does that mean you guys haven't talked? Was this a recent event, or did this happen beforehand? Just establishing the timeline for this.
You know what? We're on the rocks. I'm not. Let's say it's been like a month since it happened, and I'm receiving negative comments on my blog. Like, why are you changing your message? What about your core audience? You know, what about the truth? It's ticking me off, to be honest. So it's been a month. I've asked him to move out. I'm sure we'll fix it, I think.
Oh, okay. All right, that'll definitely change a little bit of the bond because, like, you guys are, but you guys are still together, so maybe you guys are just working together.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, definitely.
All right. So shifting the question real quick to, of the premiere. So, I want to establish how many siblings do you have exactly. I'll let you paint a picture of your family.
The ones I'm aware of, or
the ones that are
Oh my
living with
god.
you right now.
Oh my
yes.
god.
The ones that are like in your
well,
in
I
your
think
house.
yeah, I think my parentals have um um given up on me despite being the second of three children, as far as I am aware of. Um, I've I guess you could say my father's too popular for his own good. My mother seems to be just as bad, and so I have questions as to whether or not I'm really the second of three. Um, they they're happy to subsist with whatever entertains them for the day, and I'm the one who ends up becoming the moneymaker for the family, despite my protests.
So who's the oldest and who's the youngest? Are we putting names for them?
We could name the oldest Tommy,
Okay.
and he's he's your um, he's your all-American kid. Plays football, popular because people think he's good at everything, knows how to drive, dresses well, but deep down is, a bully when no one's looking.
Ah.
And then I guess we have Mara, who is the younger only daughter,
Mm.
um, and she's the sibling who gets away with everything. Being, as far as I know, the only daughter. Um, she basically can say whatever she wants, and the parents, bend over backwards to give it to her. Um, and the two like the fact that, I'm the responsible one enough to choose to work, to let
Oof.
them do what they want to do.
Ah.
Yes, I have been cursed even before I was curseborn.
Oh. The pains. Oh, the pains. At this point, so we've established you have siblings Tommy and Mara. Parents.
Mhm.
Are the parents aren't working? Are they like? Where do they usually hang out while you're slaving away for 16 to 18 hour shifts?
I'm imagining it that they supposedly have work, but I never really see them working. So
Ah.
I'm not really sure if they have work or if they're just living off welfare checks. Um, so it's that sort of family we're in. Um, Zed probably would rather not go home if he can, or like goes home, drops off the money, and then leaves as soon as he could.
All right. Okay. So, with that established, I also want to ask, given the time, like the amount of time you do for work, what did you have any hobbies before going full time work? Like, what was something he was passionate about before he was forced to do work?
Hmm, will be a good one. I'm thinking Zed, when he was younger, did like people. Maybe he read a lot. Maybe he liked interacting with people. So he used to have dreams of becoming a teacher or becoming a someone who works with kids. But
Oh,
then, given the hand he has been dealt, um, he's just started to sink into this hole of wishing he could stop caring despite always caring.
oh, that's so sad. Okay, so it's like definitely like he's definitely like embracing the role of the caregiver. With all of
Hmm.
this in mind, with all the interesting paths that you both took, both characters, how did you become friends? The key thing is that it was declared that you met you more or less met the church through the network, through
Yeah.
John's character. But what is the how? Given the fact that the church isn't exactly in good you know in good relations with John's character. Yeah, you have a -1.
Network.
So how did you guys
Yeah,
meet?
I'm thinking, and of course, Lance, you can correct or append as needed. But I was thinking maybe our interactions were not, as far as we knew, intentional. Maybe the network set it up that we'd meet, but it was more, I don't know, tired from work. I hit the bar. You're also there, and we end up striking a conversation because your activist boyfriend hasn't arrived yet.
Ooh, I can. Is it okay if we do a quick role play of that scene? Because I haven't. I realized this would be a good way to just introduce
Sure.
these two characters as we paint the scene of um the pub. What's the name of the pub that you guys went to? This will be the town pub. This is the official town pub.
Lance, what is the name of the ball?
All right. So we're at Black Hollow Ridge. You know what? It doesn't have to be fancy or anything. This is
You can call it the
Sammy's.
sinkhole.
Oh, the sinkhole.
Sammy's
The sinkhole's
sinkhole.
better.
Sammy's sinkhole.
Okay.
Sammy's sinkhole. Sammy's been the bartender for as long as anyone remembers. Like we had our fake IDs, and it's Sammy. Now that we're legal age, it's still Sammy.
Yeah, he just doesn't just doesn't grow old, or like he's just there, immortal somehow.
As my parents know, it was still Sammy.
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess we can open the scene. We're both at the bar, and I'm looking to my side, and I see you, and I go, you know, that's a burger. You can eat that.
I look at this person. Well, how do you look? You need to tell me how you look.
Yes, now we paint pictures.
Zed is your typical proud to be emo kind of young guy. Black hair, a hint of eyeliner, which might just be dirt from working at the factory. Multiple piercings on one ear, black long sleeves under a lighter colored polo shirt. Let's not forget the dog chain around the belt.
Oh my gosh.
Alright.
And it's
Okay.
90s, so I guess Converse high tops, yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. So you see this girl. She's got pink hair, but you can see that her roots are already showing. Obviously a dye job. Obviously a dye job. Well, let's go with the layered tank tops of the early 2000s.
Oh.
The skinny jeans, and then the bolero jacket sort of situation. She looks at the burger, gives it a good sniff, and then she slides it over to you and she says, I really can't. I'm not supposed to.
The rumors aren't true. Those aren't cats.
What?
I've heard some people say that Sammy serves dogs and cats, but they're not. That's actual. That's actual. I stare at the plate. What are burgers made of?
Beef? I think pork? Maybe it's a mix. Or chicken? I don't know. Look,
Sammy
I'm not supposed
Sammy
to
from
have
the
it,
back
and-
says, "It's just meat. Stop thinking about it. It's just meat." Like you hear it from the back as he's you don't see like
Sammy
he's
has
cleaning
spoken.
in the
It's meat.
bottles on the side, like he's just going, "It's a meat," and then he kind of goes away, and like gruff sounding.
apparently it's just mystery meat, I guess. No, I can't have it because I'm vegan.
You're what?
I don't know. Vegan. I don't eat meat.
Oh. What does that mean? Are you sick?
It's because, you know, animals have feelings too.
They do?
Yes? But I don't even know why I ordered it, so you can have it. I just wanted to see it again.
Are you holding it right now, like as you're
So-
offering it over to?
No, I'm just pushing the plate towards
Okay,
him.
because just in that moment, yeah, just in that
Mhm.
moment,
Go
from
on,
your
go on.
peripheral, you're seeing at the door. The door's open. The light poured across. You see a familiar height of someone with like an aghast look, like almost betrayed. It's Reeves as he's seeing your hand on the plate. It's like,
It's not mine.
what?
I turn, noticing where she's looking, and do I see Reeves?
Yeah, he's already walking. Like, you know, like a man with like, you know, like that. It's kind of like the vibe of a wife who just discovered that somebody's having an affair with meat, and as he approaches and goes, we talked about this. We talked about this.
It's not mine.
Oh,
It's
Dude, sorry, that's my plate. I think Sammy gave it to her by mistake, and I grabbed the plate without waiting, and I start munching down on it.
Like, it seemed like he with a look of disgust on his face. We were also supposed to have like like a 5 meter distance away from those things so that we don't get tempted. You know, the temptation of the flesh and the hunger.
And
I
it's
know.
really good, it's not cats.
Like, it kind of looks.
Um, look, yeah. Sorry, Sammy gave it to me by mistake. I haven't even touched it. I pull out sanitizer and start putting on alcohol, and I go, "What are you even doing here?"
Look, I got some contacts that you know, John was supposed to be here. John, I'm just gonna put his name. John is supposed to be here. Like, he said he was gonna show up here with like a friend or something. We can corner him, like, and talk to him about policy changes. Probably make him shut down his factory.
Whoa! I turned to the two. Shut down the what factory?
The Calder factory. Do you not? The source of that abomination points at the burger, the eaten burger.
First of all, it's a really good burger. And secondly, and I grabbed the sanitizer from from you without even asking. I'm spraying it on my hand. Just because we don't know what meat was used doesn't mean it's an abomination. But it doesn't mean we should lose our jobs for it.
Not when there's been lizards in it. Would you still eat the burger even if there was lizards? Actual lizards?
Eyebrow raises. I turn to the woman.
Look, Greaves, John already hates me so much for publishing that last article. We were still talking about whether or not we were going to speak to him about it.
No.
If you go on
Publish?
cornering, yeah, sorry, I read a blog. The trade
Yeah.
collector.
That website, is that what you call it? A blog?
Yes. I just write stuff about that may or may not be happening in this town. But again, I turn to Reeves. We haven't talked about this. I don't want to go around cornering people.
Look, like, we have to take action now. As far as I know, like, he's gonna be the one inheriting the meat factory. It has to change with the new generation, with the incoming year. Like, change must happen. And we know he's gonna be here with his friend. In that moment, I just want to ask, just pulling away the scene, as Reeves is going on and on about his like righteous indignation to confront the heir of the Calder meat factory. Turning to Zed, do you have a phone? Do you own a phone? Or are you more of a beeper type in this era? Because beepers still exist. Or, like, do you actually own a phone?
I think I have a brick, yeah. I think I'd be one of those who has one only because my parents probably insisted I have one so they could reach me whenever.
Mm-hmm. You get, like, a beep, 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 like a text message.
Grabbing the device, I check on what's there.
It's your friend, John. Like, it's an established thing that you guys were schoolmates. You guys went through the same school.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are kind of like old friends. And probably due to work and just brain fog, you forgot that you guys were supposed to meet up here. So you realize you were the friend that's being talked about by this Reeves person. And then he just says, sorry, I can't show up right now. I'm sorry, I have to bail. I know I asked you to go, but I just can't right now.
I look at the two in front of me, I look at the phone. Whoa. This is weird.
Like, and well, the effects of the meat are going into your brain now. Of course, there's gonna be some weird feelings. You should abstain
I didn't touch it.
from. No, I'm talking to him. The stained meat. People should. And then he sees Sam step out. You're interrupting a customer. And then this is the first time you've seen Reeves. Like, the fear of the Lord is impressed upon him. Seeing Sam, he's like, I'll be leaving. So if you see John. Like, he starts walking back. I'll be back at the park. Like, he's just moving back as he sees Sam. And you can tell Sam's the type that would pull out a shotgun in this scenario out of frustration. He may be old, but no one messes with his customers. They're just like following the eyes as he kind of shimmies away. Looks back at the burger. Looks back at Zed. And then walks away.
Sorry about that. I say to Zed. He doesn't like meat. As you can tell.
Yeah. I'm still staring at the burger, then glancing at the phone, and then glancing at them. Do you normally go to places where they serve meat just not to eat it?
I feel stupid now. No, it's just this one time. It's just been so long. Right. I'm so sorry you had to see that.
No. It's fine. It's just I've been eating these burgers for the last few years, and you're telling me they got lizard meat in them?
Well, no, technically, they say that some of the people who make those patties aren't quite people. At least that's what Reeves would say.
So they got like Asians? I'm sorry, that's a character statement, not a player statement. Just making sure that's clear.
I don't think so. He said he encountered one of them, and he had this double eyelid sort of situation going.
So the burger is meat.
Well, that's another topic. If you ask Reeves, he'd say it's murder.
I look up, staring at you. Am I still meat? I mean, you are what you eat, right? So the burger ain't meat, and the meat ain't lizard. Then doesn't that mean I've been eating and now I'm not meat? Am I a lizard?
No,
What?
no.
Look at you, really?
Uh, it's good. It's good meat. I remember my last one maybe 2 years ago. It's good.
Are you guys serious about shutting the factory down?
No. Look, I'm curious. I would like to know more about the factory. Just because of so many rumors about it. Not shut it down.
Cause I work at that factory, and if what you say is true, how come I never noticed those things there?
Well, if you work at the factory, maybe you can answer some of my questions.
I glance. Where did Reeves go? Did he step out?
Yeah, he actually stepped out because when Sam gives you that look, it's usually you will die if you stay any longer.
Mm-hmm.
So he did
Okay.
step out.
I turn back to you and I mutter, then let's make a deal. I'll answer your questions. I'll get you in the factory. You reassure me that this isn't turning me into some lizard, and you take a bite.
Look around, double check that no one's there. I down half the burger.
Oh my god.
Whoa. And in my character's mind, she's cool.
You down half the burger. You've been satiated for the years since you've been with Reeves.
2 years.
2 years.
2 years, no burgers.
You're right. Like what he's saying, it's actually a really good burger. It really tastes really good.
Me and my burger need a few minutes alone. Okay.
And me, I stare at the phone, wondering if I should tell John about what's just transpired. I'm sort of weighing whether he's a friend or whether I'm just useful.
Yeah, I mean,
My character has really bad self-esteem.
don't worry. That's something we can establish when we can suspend that action for when John's here, or when you do tell him. So I will just declare that in this timeline when you guys met, this is still in 1999, but probably not during the New Year's Eve. This was probably
months ago.
months ago. Like this was pushed back months ago. So I'm gonna shift a scene real quick towards the Unburdened, just somewhere in the time of 1999. Totally unrelated. Shifty eyes. I want to know what you were investigating during this year. Like, what was your latest fascination in town? Of course, Reeves has his meat factory fascination, but what specific monster or, what specific thing were you looking for when you were doing your investigations in this town? We'll set this up.
What urban legend
Yeah,
has...
what urban legend?
The urban legend that drew us together.
Yeah.
I guess we're exploring the lizard folk thing. I mean, or was that just our
No,
intro?
this is more. That's just intro of how you
urban
guys
legend.
met. This is specific for this is my way of establishing how Church figured out they have weird abilities. So we're gonna establish this scene.
Oh, okay. I would say we're situated near mountain areas, if that's all right.
Yes, mountain,
Like
desertous forest. Yeah.
Yeah, and I Church likes to go to the mountains to prove that there are no Wendigos there.
Ooh, Wendigos. Okay.
All of the town's little superstitions, like you shouldn't whistle when you're out late at night. She goes up the mountains and does just that.
Okay.
And I would love to invite my new friend, Zed.
Okay.
He seems capable of running fast.
Zed who has spent the last few months reading all your blog pages, trying to educate himself better so he could connect better with you. This represents how in the sheet he has much higher intellectual and social stats. But in terms of character, it's because he just wanted to try to connect and impress you more.
All right. So
I think we've got I have a +1 with Zed.
Yeah.
On my bond.
I mean, you trust them enough.
I feel like.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you say that I kind of see your home situation, like you're always away from home and whatnot? Is that something?
That's something you can establish.
I think you can see. Sorry.
No, you can establish that between yourselves. Like if, you were explaining it, so I'll let you explain.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe Church can see that I'm always making up excuses not to go home immediately, but at the same time, I'm also always worrying about them. So I'm like, yeah, I don't have to go yet. But then while I'm out with you, I'm calling and checking on them, or I'm making sure food is delivered. So you could tell I actually care about them despite this front of showing I don't.
Okay. Church will not pry, but she will make things easier for Zed. Like, I'll buy your burgers when we're out or something like that.
Yes, the bond with the burgers. All right. So you do. This is like
Yeah.
sometime, probably a month after your initial meet. You decide to, instead of taking, Reeves to the mountains, you can leave him alone. Probably this was like he's doing something else. You do head up to the mountains to find this Wendigo. Uh, you're heading up the trails to the said location. What equipment are you bringing with you beyond the usual camera? Do you bring anything else? I want to establish if you have other items with you you've brought.
Flashlights?
Okay. Yeah. Are you actually good traveling
Camera,
at night?
flashlights.
You're doing it at like
Yeah,
when
cause
okay.
yeah, we're kind of like hometown mythbuster.
Okay.
So we travel at night whenever Reese is out committing himself to some new protest.
Cause,
So like
some new
he
protest.
chained himself to some museum, so he won't be back until 48 hours from now. Oh, that means we can hit the mountain.
Yeah.
That's sort of.
Hells yeah.
Yes. Awesome. So
You have the flashlights. I have the backpack filled with printouts of your blog. Yes, because I'm still reading up to them and making sure I know everything you wrote. Um, as well as any photocopies of these urban legends and stuff which I want to show you I know about them.
Sure. I think we'll also bring snacks and water.
Trail
Like if we have
mix.
to, trail mix. If we have to stay in the car overnight just to show people that, it doesn't exist. The creatures they're talking about.
Yeah, jars of peanut butter.
all right. So you kind of make the descent up the tracks. You do notice that there is like a certain path that's like this is usually a hiking trail, and one of the hiking trails. So you guys are locals. One of them you need to find a specific rock. Like a specific rock as your landmark. So when you make that turn to the right through a couple of forests, you would find yourselves kind of back to where you parked. They warn you about the false landmark, the false rock, something that looks familiar, especially at night. If you take that wrong turn, you'll find yourselves lost in the mountains in which the Wendigos will take you. You'll find yourself in some sacred grounds which you are not supposed to be. So in this,
How does one know if it's the fake rock?
now we get the roll.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the first roll for the night. Hey, yay! Finally,
Oh my gosh, D10s.
Yes, we get to practice the D10s.
Oh, do I call you Church or do I call you Andy?
You can call me Andy.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so there is checking rolls. Dun, dun, dun.
D10s, I miss you.
Yes, the D10s are here. We're gonna go for a bit of intellect and wait, hold on.
Esoterica?
Survival.
Or survival?
Survival.
Survival.
Yep.
Each of us roll?
Yes. Because you guys are starting this trek. You're having small talks in the meantime with the flashlights.
Alrighty then.
And you're making your way through this hiking trail.
Wait, I'm trying to figure out how to roll here.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my dice. Okay, there.
4.
Okay. Alright.
Alright, I am.
So the success
Did I read
rate
my
is 8.
stats right?
Just 8 above. So
I have 1 success. Jeez.
I have a 10 and a 9.
okay. Yeah, I saw
Does
that.
it explode here?
No. Unless it's a specific like roll for it. It does not. So, for the 9, okay, you do not succeed right away. You kind of have a. You can actually paint us a picture on like your confusion to the rocks. For this, as you go through the hiking trail, you find yourself in like the long path. It seems to be an hour now. You see, since you're in a mountainous area, when it sets, the sun sets, like it almost looks like a painting with the layers of colors from, you know, darkness to purple to this violent orange, where the last of the sun is seen. You start to look around and try to explain like how your confusion with the stones, as you're like, it's a really huge boulder, but you're not too sure as there's too many boulders in this place. So what is general feelings? How are you telling it to?
Can I see that printout again?
Start looking with your flashlight, with this confusion. The
difficulty was 8, right?
Yeah, difficulty 8. So you had 2 and they had 1. I would say I'd leave it to your discretion, as you do see 2 stones that are very, very similar. Both of them are having a direction towards the right. So one is slightly higher, heading up to the mountain. One is heading down towards the valley. You don't remember this part of the lore or this hiking trail. They just tell you to find the rock. Yeah.
I turn to Andy and I mention, so we're supposed to look for the false rock, right? Because if we take the false rock, the Wendigos take us.
Yep. That's the
and
idea.
and that's what we want, right?
Yes.
We want them to take us.
Yes.
Good. So we passed the real rock 2 hours ago, so we've been going down towards the false rock.
Oh. I'm glad we're in agreement then. Cool. So actually, give me the camera. I hold the camera, I turn it on. Make it face the 2 of us, and then I go, "Welcome to the Church Collective. Tonight we're trying to find out if the paths in the mountains change at night. We've passed the correct rock 2 hours ago."
Oh, you're talking to the camera. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to me, and I was wondering why you suddenly changed your voice.
I have to do that again now, Zed.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just I've never been behind the camera, in front of the beside the camera. I'm very confused.
All right, so let's do that again. I make the camera face. Actually, you know what? Fine. I set up a tripod just to make it nicer. Quickly set a tripod.
I'm watching you set up the tripod. I look around. It's kind of pretty up here, isn't it? I mean, I never thought the sky would have those colors.
Well, the city lights kind of blur out, hide the stars, but up here, yeah.
Right. That's ambient light pollution, right? You had that in blog number 46.
Wow, that was a while ago. Yeah.
I even noticed that you stopped using contractions after blog 72.
Because nobody understood what they were. Right. Alright, so let's start this. I'll introduce myself, and then when I gesture to you, you introduce yourself too. So we can do this as a joint kind of thing.
But you mean like you and me?
Yeah, unless you're not supposed to.
I mean, isn't we? I mean, what wouldn't Reeves get mad that we're doing this? I mean,
Only
you normally
if he
do this with
watches
him.
it. Only if he watches
He
I don't think
he doesn't watch. He doesn't watch your video stuff.
Not since I stopped publishing his, with the factory.
He's really has the thing against the factory, doesn't he?
It's more of the meat, actually, that he has a thing against. Or maybe it was, he has a thing against John as well. I don't know.
Maybe he has some deep-seated unresolved resentment towards authority figures, which may be stemming from the way his family treated him because of all those years of neglect. And I realize you're staring at me. Sorry, I'm rambling again, ain't I?
Hey, it's not rambling if it's kind of true.
It's just that you pick up stuff when you read your blog. Scratching my head, looking away.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get this set up. I press play and I go, "Hello, welcome to the Church Collective. I'm Church, and tonight we have."
Hi, I didn't realize how nervous I'd feel staring at the camera. I think we'll have to
Your
start
name?
again.
No.
Oh, right. My name. I'm Zachary. No, Zed. I'm Zed. I'm. I, can we erase that?
I think I'm gonna keep it for blackmail.
What? Blackmail for what? I mean, why would you have to blackmail me? You know, I'm always here to do anything you want. I mean, I've always been just a call away whenever you needed anything. I mean, it's almost like It's almost I. Yeah, sure. Blackmail's fine.
No. We're up in the mountains tonight, and we're trying to figure out if the paths truly change at night. How long ago did we pass the right rock, Zed?
That would be 2 hours and 46 minutes.
2 hours and 46 minutes, so that means we've been past the rock and we haven't had anything capture us yet. So we might
No
actually.
signs of the Wendigo, no signs of any heavy breathing or large footprints, no weird things staring at us from the forest. So far.
Yeah, and we might have to camp out here just to prove that it's not true, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sorry,
So-
camp out? You mean like stay overnight?
Oh, do you need to go home?
You mean like together?
I mean, if the Wendigo takes me, one of us has to tell everyone the truth. Or if it takes you, I'll tell everyone the truth.
Right. So, when we go, I mean when we have to go, we'll camp.
Yeah, exactly. I brought everything we need. Yep, and just stay tuned. I turn back to the camera. Stay tuned, everyone. Sooner or later, everybody tells the truth at the church, and then I end the video.
Just as you end the video, at that moment, you hear this. The best way to explain it is almost like this guttural growl that echoes all throughout.
Oh shit! I don't end the video.
No, you just
Did you
when
hear
you ended it, and then like, and then you click it. Well, just as you click record, it stops.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I think that was me. I think I haven't eaten anything in a while. But then again, Zed isn't sure if that was just his stomach.
Oh. Okay, I thought we had something there. I think this is a good spot. We can stay here.
You thought we had something? I mean, yeah, the sound, right? I thought we sound. I start looking around if we hear it again.
There's a silence as you guys listen. And you hear almost like a skittering sound. Or from where you guys are at. Where you guys are facing the false rock.
Flashlights. Flashlights.
Oh my gosh! Turn on the camera.
You turn on the camera, you turn on your flashlight, and at the very farthest tip of where the light would be in the flashlight, you see a long, slithery, pointy thing that just disappears out of view.
Is that a snake?
I don't think snakes slither the way that thing did.
All right.
Then again,
Come
I've
on.
never really seen a snake, so I must admit that I'm probably just basing it off those grainy videos that take around 15 minutes to download if we wanted to see them.
Right. Wait. Can you move the flashlight over there? I'm gonna start following it.
Oh my.
You're not heading towards it.
What do you think we came up here for?
The Wendigos don't slither.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
I look at you and I'm like, well, if you're going, I'm going. I won't let you go there alone.
I wasn't going alone. Who's holding the flashlight?
I look at you. Well, who's holding the camera?
Yeah, exactly. I'm holding the camera. You're holding the flashlight. You're coming with me.
Nodding. And I snatch the tripod from the ground because it's not connected to the camera right now. And I hold it like a makeshift spear in case we need it.
Good. As
We saw something. Go ahead.
no, you're as you're narrating, kind of in a scenario, and how close do you move towards the movement? Like, as far as you go until you see something, or what's your pace like as you move?
I think
Well, I'm trying.
Zed will match Andy's pace. However far Andy moves, Zed tries to be at the same level, not wanting Andy to ever be alone.
Just I'm trying to catch it, so a little faster than normal.
Mhm.
But okay, so how is the ground? Is it like super uneven?
It's still like it's not
Bushes
like a,
and rocks and all.
yeah, it's more like rocks. It's like a desert path with more like gravelly. There's no pathway to it. It's just mostly
That's
uneven,
safer.
jagged. And there's and you as you move past, you would actually move past the false trail and move down towards a valley, like a deeper. It's like there's a
Ooh.
thing going down.
Where did we leave the car?
Yeah, if you pass the stone area for about 2 hours, you're like really far off the car, probably 3 hours away.
Yeah, 3-4 hours away, most likely. I really don't think this is the Wendigo. I mean, isn't it supposed to be in folklore that the Wendigo is some sort of human-like creature with animalistic traits, including antlers and a foul stench and some insatiable desire to eat human beings? This thing is a slithering thing.
That's an animalistic trait. All right. We're a little too far from the car. And if Wendigos are gonna come for us, we're not gonna have to search for them, so maybe we don't have to go that far. Sure. Let's camp here.
What? How did this all start for you anyway? I'm scanning the flashlight in case we see the creature again. I mean, did you just wake up one day and went, I want to try to catch myself a cryptid?
Well, you're gonna laugh. But, remember when they were talking about the flying saucers thing passing by the town?
The one specific to the Black Hollow?
Yeah, there was I think I was high school when they had that rumor going around.
You discussed it in your blog entry 174. That was your entry after the the Merc dwellers that would appear in the mud waters, at least according to legend. Was that the one you're talking about?
I put down the camera and I turn it off and I go, yeah. People think it's just one of those stories I tell, but I saw it. I actually saw it.
You saw the UFOs?
No, it was a. It looked like a truck out in the forest. But it did have a strange glow. And I just thought, no, there's something out there.
I'm confused. What people said was a UFO. You actually saw a truck.
That's the closest thing I can describe it to. It was a weirdly angled with metal panels. That's all I
Scratches my
saw.
head. Well, I don't see why you were worried I'd laugh. I mean, if anything, the only thing to laugh about is the term UFO. I mean, clearly we know that it's something that's not expected, so it's not an unidentified flying object. If anything, it should be an unidentified anomalous phenomenon, but I don't think that's a term that'll ever become popular. So ever since you saw that thing, you've been wanting to find proof that those things exist?
That's just it. After I saw it, I woke up the next day. I'm not sure what happened, but nobody. There wasn't anything there. Tried to tell people, but that wasn't fun. But yeah, since then.
Thinking, Zed stares in the distance, and in a moment he sort of realizes you just confessed something personal, and he has to do the same. I have a goose.
A what?
I mean, when I was young, there was a goose, and I was supposed to take care of it, but you know how kids are, so I totally neglected the goose, and one day I came home and the goose was dead, and so I kind of freaked out. I knew my parents were gonna get mad at me. I knew any moment they'd come home, and I kept holding the goose and whispering to it and wishing that it would come back, and I kept even I think I even promised, you know, I think I gave away something, or like promised something, and I fell asleep, and when my parents came home, the goose was alive. I'm sorry, that was the closest story I could think of that felt both slightly foolish and yet intimately secretive that I could share. I had a goose.
Do you still have a goose?
No, I think we ate it a few months later. So let's find that Wendigo.
No, the Wendigo's gonna come find us, so we need to set up camp. I need you to start whistling.
Do they attack groups, or do they tend to attack people alone?
I don't know, if you were a big person eating Wendigo, I think you'd want a buffet. You got a gun?
I'm sorry?
I brought a shotgun in the car.
Oh dear.
You have a gun
We're looking for Wendigos. Human-eating Wendigos. Of course I brought a gun. And then I forgot it in the car.
Okay, maybe I should have known that they were possibly real enough to warrant actually bringing a gun before we went out here.
I think we should move back a little bit.
I think now is a good time to head back.
Okay. Real
Yeah,
quick,
I
I
think we
need both of you
Yep.
to roll
No,
for.
a roll.
Yes. Just.
Oh no, what are you rolling?
Just a little. Fun.
What are we rolling?
Just a little bit of intellect and survival, please. Just another one.
Oh my gosh.
In survival.
Yeah.
One moment. One moment.
One moment in time.
That is okay.
We've got an 8.
I am relying purely on my intellect. I have no survival whatsoever.
Where did you go?
Oh.
I don't see you.
Actually, I can't find the roll. One moment. I think I closed it by mistake. Let me reopen. There.
Let me refresh my.
Yeah, I didn't vanish from Twitch, did I?
I know, it's okay. You're still here.
Okay, there.
You're still here.
Still see you. I see you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome, awesome. Ah! That's 2 1s. A 7, 9, and 5.
Okay,
Do
so.
ones cancel out successes here?
No, you're fine. You're fine. It's only 8s. I need. Okay, in this moment, as you guys kind of decide to, it's not safe, human eating Wendigo, try to pull back. In this positioning, you were at front, correct, Church? And then, because you went ahead, and then
Yeah.
Zed was.
And then
close
I'm always
behind.
trying to catch up.
So when you turned,
Yep,
you were at the back. That's correct? You're now facing at the back.
Sure.
Yes. In that moment, you hear this whooshing sound, like something moving behind you, feel wind. And before you know it, you get numbed. And pulled back.
I'm sorry, what?
You get numbed. You feel a bite on you, and you get pulled back.
That's such a cute way of saying it. Why would you
Nom-
say it like that?
You get numb. You get bit.
Nom 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 nom.
There's like it does. You feel like something clasping at you, and then you realize, oh, it's piercing me. What? And it just pulls you back. I need,
Ma'am?
I need you.
What?
I need you to do like a physical roll to try to get out of it, as you're
Physical
being.
roll.
Yes, you need to do now a might in athletics to try to get your way out of this this grip.
Nom nomness.
This numbness.
To get away from this nom nomness.
Yeah,
But you say it in such a cute way. It's terrible. Okay. I have an 8. I have an 8.
Yeah, you have an 8. Can you roll your curse dice, please? So you have 1 there. Can you roll that for me?
My curse die. Alright.
Yes.
Ooh. What does this button do?
What does this?
6.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, we will remove your curse dice in that moment. As, wait, how much was your success? Sorry, it didn't pop out.
I just had 1 8.
Oh,
We're removing my curse die?
yeah, we were talking about the first die. Yeah, the might and might plus athletics.
Yeah, I had 1 success and. Yep.
In that moment, you try to wriggle free, but you're feeling yourself dragged now. I would say you still had enough strength to hold your camera, but you're being dragged fully. Like
Do I see this happening?
You hear it. You turn and you see her shoes pulled, and the streaks of sand from where the flashlight is, they're being pulled radically into this valleyway trail as you turn your flashlight. And much to your horror, you see, like, we flashed the flashlight. The thing that's biting down on Church right now is, it looks, for a moment, it looks like an alligator in the face. Like the snout, the nose.
Oh
it's
my
like,
God.
but why is it on its legs? And as it's pulling down, and you're seeing the black tail now. Oh, okay. The black tail is a bit more of a brownish tinge as it's pulling down. And it continues to drag. What does Zed do? What does Zed do in this situation as Church is being pulled down?
I think Zed's instincts kick in as he sees Church being dragged down by this inhuman thing. Zed holds up the tripod in one hand, but he plants both feet firmly on the ground as he points with his other hand that's holding the flashlight at the creature and yells, "No! Bad! Drop it!
Oh my God!
Don't bite!"
I stopped screaming out of surprise.
Oh my God! Okay, so.
Bad dog! Drop it!
Oh my God. Okay, so you're doing that. Holy shit. You're doing a spellcast roll now. Awesome.
I am?
Yes.
I didn't realize that.
Awesome. As you're dictating.
I was thinking Zed was like instinctive. Bad dog! Let go of it! But he's actually casting a spell. That's awesome.
In this moment, your inheritance procs. Position to lead, one's a scene. No, not this one. So you get an you're gonna use an enchantment roll, by the way, because I'm assuming you're doing this on behalf. Are you doing this on behalf of making sure Unburdened's safe? Are you doing that to? Like,
yes,
okay.
Of course.
You're taking action.
Of course, it's to protect her.
Okay, so you get 2 enchantments. So you add 2 dice. I will say you will have a complication for this, but you will have to roll your curse dice as well. And then you will need to use manipulation. And
okay.
I believe it is an empathy
Persuasion?
roll. No, persuasion, tama. It is your persuasion roll, yeah.
Persuasion. So do I need to roll the curse dice separately?
Yes.
Just so we can so it's the 2 extra dice plus persuasion manipulation.
Yes.
And then I'll roll the curse dice separately.
Yes.
And all of them are d10s?
Yes.
Okay. So that's persuasion 4 plus manipulation 3, that's 7. Plus the 2 bonus enhancement, so that's 9.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just roll that first. No! Bad monster! Drop it! I have a 10, an 8, a 10,
Okay.
and then a few ones. And then I'll now roll the single die for the curse die. And that's a 6.
Okay. So the curse dice, whenever it fails, basically it drops you to 0. So the effect of your torment procs, for this one. So, with the 3 successes, you actually see this creature, weird lizard alligator thing, freeze. And when you say bad, what was the words? Bad dog, bad.
Drop it!
It actually goes
Monster! Drop it!
You hear this sound like bleh, like it opens bleh, and it drops Church down. And like it's like a dog that's letting out its chew toy, like bleh.
I scramble away somewhere, anywhere.
Does the monster run off though, or is it just standing there?
It stays there confused. It looks at you, and you see its yellow lizard eyes looking at you.
I-
But
I
both
reach
make
for Church to help her to her feet as I'm still pointing at the monster. No!
Yeah.
No!
I just clamber up Zed. Jesus.
Yeah. As you're pointing, nope, nope. You kind of, in this moment, just turn away for a moment just to check, your friend's injured. They just got bit. This is when you're starting to notice, your shirt's a bit warm. There's a bit of warmth. Yeah, I'm bleeding.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
I'm bleeding.
And at that moment, as it's bleeding, you look, it's not there.
Are you okay? Did it hurt you bad?
I think so. Where is it?
As you mentioned, where
Let me
is it?
see. Let me see. I'm more focused on the wound than the monster, but continue.
As you're saying, like, let me see. It's turned around. It's like you're looking at the direction where it was, and it's like like a horror movie scene. As you turn, you realize it kind of scuttled and appeared behind Zen. There's like this shadow, but you see its yellow lizard eyes looking at like.
It's there. It's right there.
Okay.
It's right there.
Since I was looking at your wound and I look up and I see your panic at something behind me, I guess I turn to look, but since I'm holding the tripod, can I like smack it by accident?
Okay, you'll have to roll a might and athletics for that.
No problem. So that's might of 4 and I have no athletics. Okay, that adjusts my vision of Zed. I was thinking of Zed as like this big himbo kind of guy, but I can bring him down now to a more nerdy guy. So that's 4 and 4 and none other. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it behind me? And I turn to look.
Right there.
It's just one success. So it's not a disaster, at least. Yay. But it's just one success. It's not enough as it swings. It kind of just it bumps into it. It's not like a violent attack. It's just like bonk, like it hits something. And you look up and you see it's a really it's a tall creature. It's really tall, like you slowly lift your head and it's about almost towering like 7 feet with its yellow eyes. And
Oh my gosh.
you hear sounds of smacking, like meat. It says it in like this rough venom voice. I can't do it. So meat.
I think that's the point. I tried to pick up Church and start running because it actually spoke. That's what spooks me the most.
Yeah, it starts smacking as
You
you
don't have to tell me twice. Let's go.
you start to run. I just need a Church to roll for something. Just a little something.
Girl.
By the way, you are you it went through your armor, but just for aesthetics, you're bleeding. I have armor. So can you
I'm
make?
bleeding. Oh,
No. Where'd they go?
Tobie disappeared.
They're back.
Sorry. Hello.
It's okay.
He's back.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Quick disconnection. Sorry about that.
It's all good. It's all good.
I hope that didn't affect the feed. Okay, I'm back.
Just a little bit, but it's just a little hiccup. It's fine. Can you roll real quick? You have an enhancement to this. Okay. Would you consent to taking a curse dice as a means for survival? This is for Church. Like your instinct
Sure.
right now is just, I wanna go away, far away
Sure.
from here. Okay, cool. So in this moment, I need you to roll for
I will take a
Esoterica.
curse die.
Yes, Esoterica,
Mhm.
and then add Intellect and Esoterica, and then you'd use your
Intellect and esoterica and curse die, right?
Yes. Make sure you roll the curse dice separately.
Oh, okay. I will roll the curse die separately. Intellect and esoterica. Okie dokies. So this is intellect and esoterica first. Oh, okay. Rolling. I have an 8.
Okay.
1 8. And then the curse die. It's a 10.
Oh my god. Okay.
Is that good?
Yes. Yes. So in this moment, as you're running with Zed, it's like your mind's just fixating on survival right now, just getting out. It just so happens somebody's attached to you. It's just like at this point, if Zed wasn't holding on to you, it wouldn't have worked. But like you would have been the one that just disappears out of nowhere. You, in your panic, you left your camera in that area.
No.
Zed is still.
Oh, we dropped it.
Yes, Zed.
No.
That is the effect I will give. But in that moment, you run. The flashlight is moving back and forth. The light is like paneling, and as you start to run, you are immediately like the pathway you're walking on is gravel and a much smoother gravel, and you immediately see your car.
You saw that thing, right? You heard it. It actually spoke.
Wait. Why are we at the car?
You're at the parking
I
lot.
thought it was 2 hours away.
I stumble to a stop as I stare. Maybe it's a trick. Can't those things like create illusions, mirages?
I don't know. I mean, that was an alligator, but it was standing up, and it said meat.
Is it still behind us? I turn around, still carrying Church, looking if there's anything behind us.
As you look around, you see from where the parking is, the hiking trail going back up the mountain. It's like you guys are back at the base where the parking space is.
It might be a trick. I let go of Church, and then I bend down to look between my legs to see if the scene changes.
You do that?
The old folklore things I've heard about.
Yes, you look down between your legs at the general direction
Still
of the
the car?
car, and it's still the car.
I think it's real.
I rush towards the car, fish out the keys.
Yep, you find the shotguns placed neatly somewhere there. Your wound is still like you
I'm not.
whatever you're
I'm
wearing
not
is now
looking for a
red.
shotgun. I'm hopping in.
No, I mean-
Let's go.
Wherever your shotgun's placed is wherever it is as you hop in. Do you actually go there and drag Zed, or you just ran straight and like Zed's still standing there looking between his legs?
Looking for Zed. I'm like, come on. I opened the passenger seat for him.
Do I spot the shotgun?
Yeah, you do.
I hurry towards the car and I reach in and grab the shotgun and pull it out.
Yeah, you grab it. It's loaded. You kind of cock it, and as that happens, you turn on the car. What type of car do you have, by the way?
She's a Mustang.
Okay, and the Mustang. There's like there's a clock there, and then when you turn on the car, the radio, and it says like it is 8:43 with the latest hits. You take pause, as that is roughly 3 minutes past the time you guys left the car and heading up to the trails.
You can't be right.
Me not picking this up, I mutter to Church, just take the Mustang and head to Sammy's. I'm sure your boyfriend will be there to help you. I'm going back for the camera.
No. Come on in. No, what are you doing?
You came up here to take footage of that thing. We have footage of that thing.
We don't need it. Back in the car right now.
Okay.
All right. I stare at Church with this expression of pure focus. I got the gun.
It's not happening, Zed. In here right now. Now.
I turn and I look at you. But the footage. You've wanted this footage all your life.
More. There will be more. There's always something going on in Black Hollow Ridge. Just come on
I,
in.
I'm staring at you. I'm hearing the idle car. I'm holding the shotgun. And as I see how concerned you are for me, I mutter the words, "You're right. There is something going on right now in Black Hollow Ridge." And I step back to the car, realizing that Zed might be experiencing his first actual crush.
Aww. Okay,
Come on in.
we fade to black as you guys drive off from the scene. What should have been 3 hours. It's only been 3 minutes. Weird. No, you can't explain what happened. I've kind of want to ask. Um, with the time that has passed, the wound healed, do you try to retrieve the footage? What do you do in the aftermath of everything? Trying to replay the moment of meeting the creature, the injuries he sustained. What does church do? Like, afterwards?
I would like a burger. but aside,
I love it.
The stress.
look, I almost died there, and I'm not gonna die without having my a full burger to herself. But aside
love
from
it.
the burger, I think I don't know, maybe a week or two afterwards, maybe she'll ask Zed to drive up there with her during the day to see if they can get it.
Okay, good. So,
I think I think while you're having the burger, Zed is using the salt shakers and the ketchup packets, trying to retrace the steps and draw a map on the table.
mm,
He's like, "This was the path," and then I get the salt shaker. This was the stone, and then I put more salt, and then we went here, and then get the pepper shaker. This was the false stone, and then I'm trying to like
Big burger, oil running down the wrist, chomping on it, hunched over like, holy shit, I could have died.
and me, total opposite. Holy crap, we could have actually seen something. It's real. That thing is real. The thing you believed in all your life is real, and we have footage. It's gonna change everything. We're gonna be celebrities. We're gonna be rich. Your blog's gonna be world famous.
Uh-huh. Burger.
in that,
I'm gonna order a burger next time.
yeah, so you, in your chowing state, there was like a reflectiveness as you realize in that state of like self-preservation of just wanting to leave that place. Um, it could be like an aura, a calming aura of just like you felt like you got yourself closer to the, like whatever it is, it's not the place. It felt like you did it to yourself as like you can't explain the feeling, but because of that urge of self-preservation of wanting to leave, there's you got to the car. You don't know how, you don't know why, but and just actually as you go by the day to check on the camera, you do find it. But as you check the footage, the only thing that was recorded was your intros.
I look up at church. Dude, you totally forgot to press play.
I'm sorry, I was getting eaten.
That's so not like you.
I reach to my shoulder, feeling the wound just to remind myself it was real.
So, so are we gonna tell him?
Oh,
Oh,
Your boyfriend.
just as a caveat,
Oh.
you went home to the apartment smelling like burger, so he didn't talk to you. He gave in to the flesh.
I'm not gonna go home smelling like burgers. I'm gonna douse myself in alcohol and smell like alcohol instead.
No, it's just like he knows. He
So
just has
so from
like
so so
sixth
from so
sense.
from Sammy's we headed straight back out here. We didn't go home.
Oh, you didn't go home the next day. Okay, good to know.
Ooh, even more drama.
Where were you? Like you're getting texts.
Oh,
Where
oh
are you? Where
no.
you've been? I'm worried sick. What happened to you? Did you try to eat a burger again?
You sound
I-
more peeved.
Like you try to eat a
You
burger
sound
again?
more peeved than worried. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm getting texts.
This is all text messages. He understands
Turn off
your
the
need. Your need for privacy. It's like your phone's gonna blow up with so many text messages that it's not even gonna hold in your, like there's a limited bank for messages. He's gonna take in all those messages past 50.
You know the safeguard phone, the Alcatel one. Turn off phone.
Do I scanning the surroundings? Do I see any hint of the monster?
Ooh.
Any hint of slithering marks on the ground or um stuff like that?
Okay, and you need to make an intellect and enigma.
One moment. So that's 5 and none. I am terrible. I excuse me. 97665.
Oh, you look around. Whatever you like, the drag, like you do see the dragged footsteps of where her feet was while she was being dragged. It stops at a certain place. It goes down towards the valley trail. There's a couple of like shifty movements, but it's like blown away by the wind that it doesn't. It compared to like if it was in mud, it would have stayed, but because this is more like a desert locale, it's a bit blown away. But you do see the movements from last night, like drag down and move to where you were standing, and you're seeing the trail from where you guys went up, but never the going down part. Strange.
I motioned to church to show the tracks. At least we know it really happened. I mean, your bite plus the fact it left marks. You don't think it
Okay.
left anything? A scale, talon,
Switch
teeth?
on the camera and point it towards the tracks that you're showing.
I look up and I see you holding the camera. Oh, I'm Zed, and I'm with church. Sorry, are we not
Great.
recording?
Just hi everyone. I'm not. Is it? So we're here, and then I point at the tracks. This is where I got dragged last night.
Not by
And
me. Not by me. Peering at the camera.
not by Zed. But there was something here last night. Um, I turn off the camera and I go. I've seen the TV dramas, you know, the DNA and everything. We could bring my shirt to the police station? No.
Maybe they can look at the footage. I mean, in the movies, right? They can like zoom in on those shots and see what's on the other side. Obviously, Zed has watched Blade Runner and thinks it's real.
We could try, but I don't know. I don't know. Do we try to follow the tracks? Wait, how come we got back to the parking lot so fast last night?
I don't know. I don't know anything no more. Maybe it makes the place weird. I mean,
Yeah, the whole stone
you
thing.
I'm think about it. Loch Ness monster, the Mothman, all those other things. Whenever they make an appearance, don't you think more people could have taken pictures of them unless they made the place around them weird somehow?
It's a good way to look at it. But how do we prove it?
I turn slowly to Church and crack a smile. Guess it means we'll have to look for another one. And I smile. That's how you experiment, right? You repeat it until it's observable.
Uh, I think that's also the definition of insanity. Um, but yeah,
Is it?
um,
That's
uh,
suddenly worried.
uh, um, let's let's not forget the shotgun next time.
Nodding. So, um, come up to you. Still hurt?
I am bleeding, so yes, it does.
I I could take a look at it. My brother and I used to get into a lot of scrapes back in the day when we used to hang out. I even set
Actually,
a bone once. I,
actually,
I I have medicine stats.
Yeah.
I give you the camera. I give you the camera, turn it on, and say, "Hello, everyone. I'm here at the mountains where I was
And I'm Zed.
attacked, and Zed is here, and we're gonna take a look at the wound right now. I need you to zoom in, Zed." So I
And
show the
I wasn't the one who attacked her.
he wasn't the one that
I
attacked me. What does the
camera
wound look
train.
like?
Yeah, we study it now.
Okay. As you're zooming the camera towards the wound on, we'll just declare it was the left shoulder that was bitten. You see like a whole, like the way it's bitten is like how you saw it in like National Geographic when an alligator, I keep saying nom, I think bites down on like flesh. You see those like poke marks, like it's almost like a triangular sort of thing. And as you're looking and zooming into it, the camera focuses not on the wound, but you see like there's like a stone way where the valley is. Something skittering. It is hand sized, but it's a lizard. Looks. The camera fixates on that instead
Something
of
in
the
the
wound.
distance.
No, like the pathway of the trail going to the valley. It's like this
Mm-hmm.
stone because like
Mm-hmm.
it's filled with boulders and stones. So there's like this that stone leading down to the valley, like a cliffside. There's the camera focuses on the lizard going. The camera focuses on that.
And
Just
it's a normal sized lizard,
yeah,
or
it's
is it a
hand
giant
sized.
lizard, or
It's hand sized, but the thing that stuck to you is that it has a black tail.
I
I
don't see it
glance
because
at
it's
Church.
behind me.
Yeah, it was
Sorry,
scuttling
what?
and it was scuttling on the cliffside. Like,
I don't see it
yep, no,
because the camera's face towards me.
yes.
Uh, maybe we should head back to town.
Yeah. I think we can
Might
do
as
that.
well get your back checked. Hopefully,
Yeah.
Nurse Stacy can help and confirm that it isn't anything too bad. I mean, if it were rabid, you might be frothing at the mouth right now, and gotta use the shotgun and put you down. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I think. Yeah. Let's get. Let's go to the nurse's office, doctor.
I mean, is it tingly? Is it like feeling spicy inside the skin?
Uh, no, I feel like I've been attacked by a stapler, a rather large one.
Well, at least we know it's not venomous.
I don't know that yet. Not fully.
Well, if it was venomous, you'd either feel tingly or hot or stuff, and that would mean I'll have to like suck on it and spit the poison out.
You get bit a lot?
Mm, my sister, she liked to play in the field sometimes, and occasionally a snake would show up.
Glad to have you. Even though you'd have to shoot me if I had rabies.
Well, with consent. I smell.
Right. In that moment, I just need real quick, as you know, you're still holding the cam and you're having this conversation. I need you to roll for another, more of cunning now. And
Oh no.
Sorry, what?
no, this is for both of you. Cunning and
Cunning.
yeah, and esoterica.
Honey.
Oh my
honey,
gosh.
Esoterica.
That's a measly 4 dice for me.
I'm only one better.
And I'm rolling. 9, 2, 8, 4.
9, 10.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay. I'll use it as a combined thing as cinematics. As you guys hear a chorus, almost a cacophony of the similar sounding, like the pitch tempo of the guttural noise you heard last night. But it starts with 1 and it's small, and then it grows and grows.
Oh my gosh.
And as you turn
What's
to
that?
look at the cliffside, like the holes when it's like when you're looking at a mountainside, like this slab of stone going to the valley, you're seeing a lot of lizards, their heads poking out, familiar yellow eyes as they all stare at you, and they're all making the hissing noise.
I think it's time to go.
I think so too. I start walking really fast.
And as we hurry back to the car, we make sure this time we bring the camera.
Yeah. Alright. You carry the camera. Do you record all the lizards hissing at you guys?
Yes.
All the yellow orbed
Yeah.
eyes.
Almost died for this.
Church probably keeps looking back while I'm like dragging her with me back to the car.
Yeah, that's better.
Yes. So it's a 3-hour walk now, as like from there 3 hours,
Really?
and it is 3 hours from that location. So
Why did it take so long this time?
no, it's 2 hours. It's 1 hour and then 2 hours, and then so it's like 3 hours, 3 hours back. So it's like really long walks, really long walks. Which also like that
Christ.
begs the question of how the first initial 3 hours you would have been running for an extra 3, and you still returned to the
Yes.
parking lot in just
How do you do that?
seconds. You felt that walk. You did. Long walk.
I'm still bleeding.
Yes.
So
I guess we're back at Sammy's.
Yeah.
Or do we go head
You
straight
can-
to the small clinic?
Yeah, you can head to the small town clinic. You mentioned nurse, Stacy. And this-
Stacy.
I'll just put the voice of I'm watching you, Mike Wazowski. That's the voice. Oh my goodness. What happened this time?
We kind of got lost in the wild, Stace.
Yeah, and then like
She-
she's smoking. She's smoking a cigarette in a clinic. Really?
first name basis.
We're doing this again, church. Doing this again. Which part this time? Fall off a cliff?
I show her my shoulder.
Oh, good.
I got bitten.
It wasn't me.
Like, it stops. Oh, I know it's not you. Unless you're some sort of crocodile or alligator. Looks like. He goes, we don't have crocodiles or alligators. This spot don't got any of those. You sure it's not a dog?
Don't know. Well, I don't know how to explain this, so if you just give me the shots, the usual.
Tetanus. I'll give you some. I'm gonna have to use the strong stuff this time for disinfectants. Otherwise, we'll leave that going. That's gonna get gangrene, and we're gonna have to amputate that, and I don't think you want to have no arms, no shoulders McGee over here. So we're gonna clean it up real nice. And like she pulls up the really strong disinfectant stuff. Like you've experienced that before. It's not pretty. It burns the skin. It burns, it's agua, but 10 times worse. Hydrogen peroxide. It's just like it's a good old times. It's just like it was the last time you had sustained serious injuries in your last trek. Now she's cleaning you up.
Yeah, you still got the vodka left here.
You think I'd leave that kind of good vodka empty? Here, get a fresh one. It's one of the not so good brands, but it'll do.
Take a shot, pour Zed a shot.
I'm looking at you. The sun's still out.
I have to get sewn up.
Take out, stays and then.
Then why am I taking one?
You're not gonna let me
Then
drink
why am I
alone.
taking one?
You're not gonna let me drink alone, are ya?
So, Stace, you, any chance you heard about weird lizards in the desert?
I think there's been a lot of attacks of dogs, because this isn't the first injury I've seen.
Lately?
Someone else been bit?
Yeah. Somebody had,
When?
it was a couple of days ago. Trucker trying to deliver
Glance at church.
Yeah. Trucker delivering the meats.
Knowingly glance at church.
Yeah.
Hey, look back at the Zed.
It's a trucker.
And the guy who got bit before, is he okay? Did he die? Did he turn into a lizard? I glance at church.
What you? Wait, I remember you. Like you look like. Yeah, your mother still owes this clinic money. If you don't tell me to get that paid, I'ma make sure the medical insurance comes after her. I'm doing her a service not telling them. You wouldn't want the collectors coming after you or your family.
I raise both hands. I'm sorry. I'll make sure that we cover that soon. In fact, I suddenly realize I haven't been home in almost a full day. I gotta go. I look at church.
Yeah, sure. I'll see you when I see you.
Watch
Um,
out
It's
for
not that
the
I want to, I mean-
dingoes.
It's just, family, and
Yeah, of course, I understand. Sorry.
it's can't you don't really choose family, right?
No, you don't. Go ahead. I'll see you when I see you. Probably at Sammy's. I'll be fine. Thank you.
I look at Stacy, then back at you, and then I seem sheepish. I'm not moving.
Do you want to take the car?
No, it's just that before I left, I kind of wanted to um
Oh,
I
Stace, could you give us a moment?
no, it's you don't have to, Stace. It's just that
No.
I
Just
just
continue
needed to
stitching. No.
I just needed to ask um I lean close to I lean close to Church, face moving towards her cheek.
Oh, I give him a kiss on the cheek. I'll see you then.
Huh? I look a bit surprised. No, no, a bit shocked that I was kissed. I lean close. I was gonna ask you about the gun.
Oh, oh, oh.
Just put it in my car.
Uh,
Just put it. Just put it in the car.
I, all blushing, I guess I'll leave it in the car. And I hurry for the door.
yeah. Be careful where you put that gun, where it's pointing at. Just like, just continues this. So he goes,
Oh,
I'll make sure to give you rabies shots because the dingoes, dogs attacking everywhere. Yeah, there's,
it was not a dog.
well, it's probably got rabies. I'm just gonna shoot you with some anti-rabies shots, alright? Anything, there's a lot of wild animals out there that we don't know of. Just to be as a precaution. And, like, don't, we've given a lot of instructions to the folk to not go outside after hours with all these weird things happening. What were you doing out there in the mountains? Footage is not worth it, you know.
I didn't get the memo. We were, my usual, my blog. I have to go look for these things.
Can't you get a normal job? 9 to 5? You get a 9 to 5 job? Just get a normal retail job. Makes better pay than whatever it is you're getting.
I'll think about it, Stace. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, have some more vodka while I'm stitching you up. It's almost done. You finish the shots.
Ow.
He does let you go. And some time has passed. You don't actually see, you don't see Zed right away. Actually, given that, as you know, almost like a bubble has been popped, that 24 hours of just cryptid Wendigo hunting, that was the only time he had free for himself. The moment he comes back home, nothing but responsibilities. There was an incident as he actually returns home. Yeah.
I probably even was internally debating if I should message John. The network, right? The network guy is John.
John, yes. We'll just keep his name
Yeah.
John.
I was probably like, should I tell John about this? And that sort of uncertainty whether I should let him know what happened, let him know that those things are out there. Is he a friend enough for me to let him know?
Yeah, though, in a
And at the
way,
same time, staring at my phone and cursing myself that after all these weeks, I still don't have Church's number.
yes. While, do you actually have, like, do you talk as much to, because, like, there is an established coworker, just I actually have to, but, you do have, like, a coworker friend that's, he's from the other side of town, the town is actually close to, New Mexico, so, yeah, you guys are hanging out. His name is Varian. Well, he's known as Rex. Like, his nickname is Rex. And, he's Mexican.
Rex.
And you talk to him often, in a sense of what's going on. You guys are both doing the same shifts, in a sense. So he's like your work buddy.
Yeah, I think it's also because we're both in the same shit, which is, everyone finds us annoying or doesn't think we're were people they can rely on. But in the end, we still get the job done.
He just goes, well, like, he kind of goes, where the hell were you last shift? Like, I had to cover all of it. You know how hard it is to do it just one person? One needs two. I did everything for one person.
Oh my God, Rex! I don't know where to start. She kissed me.
Who? What?
She kissed me, man, and I was just. I mean, we were in the mountains all night, and we didn't even notice time passing. And
You're
the next
telling...
thing you know, she's like bleeding from her shoulder, and things were kind of rough. And we tried to have the
I don't
tripod,
need
but we
more
left the
details. I don't...
camera
No,
in the
please, no,
rocks.
too much, too much,
And
too
and
much.
she kissed me,
Too much!
and
And then, like, he kind of like, too much, too much. We're at work, and you don't tell me you had a good time while I had a bad time back at the factory
she
dealing with
does
all
these
this shit.
she does these blogs, man. She makes money out of these blogs, and now we're friends, and I'm in her cameras, and you're starting to get a really wrong picture, aren't you?
I don't need to know if you've been involved in those kinds of tapes. No. I don't need to know if you're getting into that kind of industry. No. What matters is I had to do a full 16-hour shift with two people jobs. Do you understand? I did too. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't tell it to the boss. And you're muted. Oh no! Audio is gone. Okay.
Oh, Tobie, we can't hear you.
Ding. Technical difficulty. Please stand by. No.
2, 3. Am I back?
Yes, you're back.
Yep, we can hear you.
The headset died.
Oh no! Oh no! So Rex, your friend's like, tell me a good reason why I should tell you. Like, I haven't told them yet that I covered your ass. That I covered 2 shifts.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh,
We can hear you.
strange. The headset's back on. Okay, that's odd. See, maybe the curse is affecting our technical.
Curseborne. Title card.
Okay, so let's start over. I think I'm giving you the wrong picture.
I don't
Cameras
know.
and wounds and lost.
I guess no.
So there's this girl, right? And she's this babe, and she's like pink hair and legs for miles, and she's got the sweetest face I've ever seen. And she makes these videos, right, about conspiracies and weird stuff and ghosts and reptiles, and she doesn't like meat, but she ate a burger because I asked her to, and I think she likes me because she gave me a kiss when I wanted to give her the shotgun. But then she's bleeding from her neck because this lizard thing that looks like a T-Rex but is too small to be a T-Rex bit her while we were in the mountains with our camera and tripod looking at the great sunset and all. But then time passed without us really noticing about it, and we had to go to the clinic because she might be hurt. I'm not making sense, am I?
Look, what I'm gonna do now is you're gonna pay me the amount of money on that shift. You're just gonna give it to me, and
Oh, come on, man! I already owe you so much. Can't you like just charge it to friendship?
No, I got bills to pay.
Oh, come on, Rex. I mean, come on, Rex. You're my king, man. You know, T-Rex. Maybe that's what men should call men nowadays.
No, like it goes, and it says, "I've been good friends enough for you to have not told the boss yet, and you have me with so much debt. I still have things to pay, things to do. You're not the only one with a family, a tribe to deal with."
Rex, come on. It's just that I never. It's. You know how I always complained to you about how, despite everyone else out here, you're one of the few people I could relate with. It's like how everyone else is just some strange alien, and we're the only humans.
He goes, well, ironically, I'm not gonna say anything. Speaking of alien, they've been looking into my paperwork again.
But you gotta understand, Rex. She's different. She's bright and she's light, and it's like she has no burdens in life, man. She's magic, and I don't I don't quite understand it. But when I'm near her, I find myself wanting to like be brighter, to like lead and take charge and make sure she's safe, and now she's bit, and we don't know what bit her, and it can't seem to take footage of it. But those things are out there in the desert, man, and no one else knows
Yeah.
about them or believes they exist. And now you're worried about how much I owe you? Come on, there's more things in life than money.
So he kind of looks around. Said, you're a bit? You said lizard?
You know something about those?
He kind of looks around. Look, you shouldn't have left me in that 1-hour shift, man. I had to drag a man from a truck that got bit to somewhere else, and he told me to stay quiet about it. You were there.
Wait, someone got bit?
Look, man. There was a man dealing with one of the storages in the other facility, dealing with one of the meats that's already been processed, just for shipping out, and there was screams, man. I was the only one there. I had to hide up that you were like
I'm sorry.
things weird stuff happened, man. But he got bit. I didn't see what it was, but I know when an iho is bitten by like what is like a lizard, a really big lizard.
I'm sorry. I just we were out in the mountains. It didn't even make sense. Our first trip out there, it was ours, and yet we were back in the car and like that. I'm telling you, she's magic, man. Maybe she can help.
Help what? You know,
The guy who was bitten.
no.
Do you know if he's still okay?
Look, they started looking into my papers, and I can't have people looking into my papers. You know my situation here. I'm just trying to make a living for my family.
Sorry, Rex.
I can't
I
just.
know,
I
and I
know.
wish I could help you there.
I know you have your own problems, but
I
if more
know,
people
and
ask
no,
questions, it's not gonna be good.
I know. I'm sorry, man. I'll make it up to you. I just, some days you just wish you could like just tell people to shut up and stop looking, right? And I know that's like never gonna happen. So I'll pay you back. I promise.
No, tell you what, this is a better gift for me. I have family coming over Christmas until New Year. You're gonna cover that shift.
Oh, come on. You know I don't do Christmas. Look at me. Do I look like I do
You're-
Christmas?
I
I got
covered that
eyeshadow
shift.
for Christ's sake.
I covered that shift, dealt with so much trauma. You're gonna have that Christmas week. Christmas until New Year's Eve. Consider your debts
Can I
paid.
do something else?
Your debt's gonna be paid. You don't even have to pay me. Give me that week with my family.
So I'll take your shifts for the whole of December. Is that it?
No, just from the 24th to the 31st. Call it a deal.
That's fine. I was more worried that you wanted me to join you for Christmas dinner or something.
No.
I mean,
No.
that's like
No.
that's a line I'm
No.
not crossing, Rex. I'm sorry.
No,
You're my
you-
king. You're my king, but I'm not gonna go second coming on you, man.
I'm not inviting you on the noche. No. That's for my family and me. You stay here and you deal with whatever shit. There's been weird shit when you're alone. That's why they do it in twos. Twos in shifts, especially our shift.
All right.
You haven't been feeling anything
And I wasn't
strange?
here for you. I'm sorry, man.
It's fine. But you haven't noticed
Sorry.
anything?
It's just that, it's the first time, man. She's kind of hot. And
You've never talked in...
can you forgive me, man?
I forgive you if you take those shifts, but you've never talked about women before. This is like the first time you've spoken to a woman.
I know. I didn't really care before. Ambidextrous was always good enough in life, man. And now, although she's got a boyfriend, and the boyfriend's like chaining himself to statues and paintings and gates. The world's crazy, man. I tell you.
Okay. All I can tell is, I feel like
Christmas. I'll do Christmas. I'll do Christmas. I give him a hug. I'll do Christmas. You get to spend time with your family, and I promise you, if there were any, if by whatever chance in the world if I ever got some wishes to grant, man, I promise you I'll grant yours. All right?
All right.
No hesitation. Just like that. Whatever you want. It's on me.
Okay. I will just say though, the woman sounds like trouble. You have to be careful. It sounds like is she married?
Best ones are.
Is she married?
She ate meat. I just smile.
And you see him trail off as his eyes look up, and then you see this as he looks up, he immediately turns and looks like he's working. He spots something as are you just standing there for a bit after the talk?
Yeah.
As you see the immediate shift of the conversation, and he turns and immediately works. You don't actually hear the footsteps as it approaches you. And then you hear... what was the last name of Zed? Did you give him a last name?
Gunn.
Gunn?
My full character name, which Zed will refuse to say aloud, is Zachary James Dunn.
Oh, hey, James Gunn. Okay, so the network is down. Yeah, that you got the reference. But in this moment, as you hear your last name, but from a familiar voice, and something that gives you a sense of dread. You hear, Mr. Gunn. It's Miss Kate from HR.
Slowly turn. What was my last encounter with Miss Kate of HR?
You did witness her at some point. So a little bit more flashback towards this individual. Everyone knows this is not it is an open secret. Everyone in town knows. He used to be a criminal. He has murdered before. And it wasn't just one. But for some reason, she works now in Calder Meat Factory, handling the HR. Almost as if she's been given a second chance at life by the Calder family.
Yes, ma'am.
I would like a word with you outside.
So I guess I grabbed the closest whatever cloth to clean my hands a bit or what, and follow her.
Yes. In that moment, as you guys start following, hearing the footsteps of like the grates, the metal grates as you leave the area of the facility where it's mostly just washing and dealing with inventories of things. As you leave the storage area, she turns and she goes, "John would like a word."
Of course.
She kind of has this look of,
Lead the way.
you see this look of like, why does John want to talk to this man kind of face, like.
Mm-hmm.
Also, to confirm, you were there last night at your shift?
I smile. If you have to ask, ma'am, I guess that means you weren't.
Just making sure that you have signed and
I
agreed
smile.
to an NDA.
Timing.
It says, you have agreed to an NDA to
Oh.
not speak of the events that happened the night before, otherwise you will be sued.
Absolutely, ma'am.
I
I
will-
am well aware of my limited rights.
And she kind of gives you that look like, I'll double check the paperwork. Make sure you have it signed. I believe there were 2 scribbles, but it didn't seem to look like your penmanship.
I'm afraid I've been working so hard, ma'am. Fingers get tired.
She kind of walks and redirects you to, you walk across. There's like multiple facilities. It's like a huge compound of just like a place where you would slaughter the livestock, where the actual cattle would be. It's like it takes a huge amount of where they would be grazing, and it is somewhere close to nighttime around this time as you guys cross from the storage facility and into one of the metal stairwells where there would be like this administrative office. But everywhere reeks. It reeks and smells of meat and blood that has coagulated and mixed with the earth. Like it has its own distinct smell as you head up to the office. And as you do, it opens. And I will stop there for the exact scene which we will
Because we'll have to wait for John.
Yes, we'll have to wait for John as this would be the first instance of you guys meeting and him having a sit-down conversation. So that is officially the first session of In Between Places, and I hope you guys enjoyed the little sorcerer play. We had a little bit of rolls here and there, but we will have a full exploration of the spells, the learned spells, the stories in between, and how these sorcerers get caught in between. Thank you so much as well, Corbin. Yeah. If you guys like Curseborne, you're liking the story so far, you want to run a modern mythic horror, urban horror, the Kickstarter is gonna be here in about a few more hours. It'll go live, so feel free to sign up and get notified and support OnyxPath. They've been really cool. Also, I believe there will be another stream for the kickoff, and there will be another streamed game this evening for the next folks. So tune into that. Thank you, Lance. Thank you, Tobie, for setting up the world and getting the feel and the vibes of the characters. And we'll definitely, we're all starting to get some lore on how you guys got your abilities and powers. So we'll explore more of that in the next session. Same time, same
All
place.
Zed cares about is that he got a kiss.
Yeah, I know.
I got bitten. Does
Zed.
that mean I have alligator powers now?
Maybe. Alright, so we're gonna end stream now. I forgot if we were supposed to raid somebody that we know. It's been a while since I streamed actually. in this place. World.
Do you still raid even if it's a different channel?
We raid. We actually, if they're live, we'll raid into the partners. That's the last time I remember.
I see.
Yeah. Or we can just end stream. We shall see first if
But
any.
definitely finding this world interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, any story can be told. Any modern horror, everything from SCPs and legends can all be blended and meshed places. I actually don't see.
Is it locked in to the 90s though?
No, I just chose the 90s because.
Is the game setting meant to be before? Okay, okay.
Yeah, how many sessions will we be
That's
running?
cool. That's
I'll
cool.
be running a total of 6 sessions. I will be running 3 for this particular group. And actually, fun fact, as we're pulling back the curtain, these lovely sorcerers, they are the prequel to the actual story of In Between Places. They're gonna cause a ruckus that the other group, the second group, will have to deal with. Yeah, so I'll be running all the way from October 1st up until November 6th. The first 3 days will be on Tuesdays, and then the next one will be Wednesdays. So fun. Oh, what was
You
your
mean we don't have to face the consequences of our actions?
Yeah, the other group will. Beautiful. So,
Oh, I love this.
yeah, so what was your favorite part
Yeah,
of today's session?
we might be the mystery they'll be dealing with.
Exactly.
Oh, let's give them a good mystery.
Yeah, and you guys already found a lot of fun things for the town. So Awkward GM Corbin, who's one of the content creators for OnyxPath, asked, "What was your favorite part of today's session, players?" So I guess it's a good way to. What's your favorite? What's your favorite before we close out?
I'm kind of super hooked on the fact that there seems to be some timey-wimey things going on. Like the
Mhm.
3-hour trail became 3 minutes. So I love that. I don't know if did it all happen in 3 minutes? Was it like a time stop sort of thing? Yes, Bad Dog Down was. Oh, that's a first. I've
Gotta
never seen
admit,
that before.
I love that. I love that moment myself. It was a moment that just came to me as a guy's not really a physical guy, but then does all these trades, which probably include walking someone's dog a few times. So when dealt with some monster, the dog down, let go.
I think that saved my life.
That felt like
Yeah.
yeah, I think so too.
I think
I'm
that
just
saved
surprised
my
it worked.
life. So, if it worked, it worked. We're gonna stick with Bad Dog.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like it's a fun Easter egg as well because the things that are put in here as well as ideas that I got from group 2. So there's some reasons why certain things are happening in this area, but you guys will also influence.
Mhm.
So it's like a bit of back and forth. So I do love it. And
Yeah.
my favorite part of today's session is just the fact that we got the world build. Like yay, world building. We got things going,
Yay.
and I can't wait for you guys to meet the network who will be showing up in the
I'm
second session. Yeah?
I'm really loving that this really feels like a new stab at something after I mean, speaking as someone who's been playing World of Darkness for God knows how long, I've gone through the editions, right? First edition, second edition, revised edition, and so on and so forth. 20th anniversary, fifth edition, so on and so forth. And as much as those were fun to go through, given the shifts and changes, you still knew the game, right? Vampire was still Vampire, Wraith was still Wraith. Orpheus gave us a nice twist, but it was still Wraith. Um, this one, I love how it feels fresh. Like it reminds me of movies like Nope or
Yeah.
Get Out, where you don't know if it's going to be a monster or if it's just humans with some weirdness or if it's some corporate with some twisted act, and that freshness is what's making it exciting for me.
Mm.
I'm eager to discover and learn more about this game world, and I love it.
Awesome. And you can create your own worlds and discover more of that by supporting Curseborne. So do check it out when it goes live today. And hope you guys you support all the other streams that are happening over at OnyxPath. So thank you once again, and we'll see you guys on the next stream. Bye.
Let's hope Zed actually doesn't mess this up.
I just want to stay alive and eat my burgers.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's worse. That Zed thinks he found love, or that he'll die believing he found love.
Oh, well, we can dump my boyfriend. No, no, no. Not that. We cannot.